Hello, YouTube. I'm George. This is the Abbey Chronicles. So today, we're once again on the Bay Trail out here in Point Richmond in Brickyard Cove. And we're on the water, as you can see from the opener. At a sailboat, I'm going to get a little motor launch going too. Why not? A little sail, a little power. Well, that kind of brings me into the reason I'm here today. We're going to take a look at the Red Oak Victory. But, fortunately, this is empty. The only of the dry docks down here, there's 6 of them that are empty currently. This is where, in World War II, the Victory ships were built. And over yonder, there were Liberty ships built here too. But this is fascinating because, as you can see, the dry dock ends have been long gone for many, many years. I can recall back in the 90s, they actually had one of these dry docks. The end was still up and it was dry. You could actually walk down in it. Really fascinating. Kind of like a big empty swimming pool, to tell you the truth. But the history here, if you're just looking to get out, take a little walk, get a little exercise, because that's what this channel is about, health and fitness. Physical fitness and mental fitness. If you're physically healthy, normally, your mental health is adequate or better. That's the whole point. Get out and enjoy. I mean, take a look, folks. What a glorious day on the bay, right? I mean, if you live in the Bay Area and you're not out enjoying this, like on a daily like I do, what is wrong with you? I mean, what is wrong with you? So, without further ado, we're gonna get on the bike and we're gonna ride around. I'm gonna show you the actual bike trail, pedestrian pit trail, to get up, oh, goodness gracious, to the Red Oak Victory. And I heard kids screaming, so I think there's a school tour today. That's always entertaining, to say the least. They get, I've seen everything from the elementary school kids to the high school kids. High school kids, they're just looking for a little crack crevice or somewhere where they can hide out and do you know what. I remember high school, do you? Oh yeah, it's been a long time, but I remember it. So, I'm on the street right now, but right there, along that fence, is the bike trail, hence the Bay Trail. Now you'll see in the background there's a bunch of Scooby-Doos stored. This is the general warehousing for what I know, Scooby-Doos, or Subarus, and Fords. They offload the ships, they drive them over here, they go onto rail cars, they go onto trucks, and they come from here and go all over Kingdom Come, as far as I know. If they're getting on trains, they're probably going pretty far. Oh, there's some trucks right there loading up. That's probably local dealerships. You can see it's quite a facility. But this used to all be the naval, it was a naval base at one time, because they're building the ships out here. You can see, big crane. These are the dredging cranes. That's always fascinating, watching them dredge the channel. All right, and then we've got some storage. Oh, here's a fascinating little piece of history. Here, believe it or not, it's tiny, but this is one of the boilers for the old steam ferries. Okay, kind of cool, But if you get out here and walk the trail, you can do it. You can drive down here and you can park. As you can see, there's tons of parking, okay? Now, this building coming up was where they actually built the engines, I believe, for the old Red Oak Victory. Bada bing. Let me loop around real quick and get another picture of that bow. Once again, Red Oak Victory. There it is. There it is. All right. Okay, and the tide is really low today, so you're gonna get to see the screw, the propeller. Okay, so this building right here is where they built the engines for these. Okay, all the mechanical side. I believe the roof comes off on that. And this is the general warehouse for this. This is a solid concrete structure. I mean, it looks like you could drop a bomb on it, so I don't know what the hell they kept in there. Oh, yep, I was right. You got all the kids up on the Red Oak today. There it is. All right. Well, we're coming up on summer vacation here pretty soon. All right. That must always be fun. It's a great tour. Look online for the actual hours of tours. You can take private tours, you can take the public tours. I believe they still have the pancake breakfast once a month where they do a fundraiser. Fortunately for me, in the 25 years now this ship's been here, it wasn't always moored over here. It was actually docked over next to the old Ford warehouse originally. I had the fortunate, I was just fortunate to be able to get on board that ship when the original caretaker and all the old guys that brought it down from the mothball fleet. I've been through every little place. Places you can't go, places only crew goes. But, oh, look at that. We got 2 of the 3 parts of the blade out. There it is. That is single screw. These were quite the feat. And here is one of the cranes. I believe there were, there's 6 docks here. There were 2 cranes. I believe there was a crane for every one, so at least 6 cranes. And it is still all intact. Doesn't work, doesn't roll. It rolls on these tracks right down here. It used to be, you can see kind of the indentation from where they covered it up with asphalt. There is one of the propellers that's sitting out as a history lesson. I'm not sure what this rusty old scow is here that they've got stored next to it. It looks like a third world country ferry boat there. And you can see the end here. It's just kind of a neat little trip. You can see San Francisco, Angel Island. I mean, the whole works. It's kind of hazy today, folks, so you're probably not going to see that. But in some of the previous videos, I've had some glorious weather. Absolutely phenomenal weather. So we're going to take a little trip around. We're going to go around the parking lot. Now, fascinating enough, this was the sheet metal and painting building, and the lettering is still up from World War II. So that was one of the buildings out here for the shipbuilding, and it is still being used today by private entities. There's a winemaker in there. There's a side view of that crane. Wow, that's pretty incredible. And the ship itself, pretty freaking neat, man. So, interior shop, rigger's loft. It's got a lot of history here, folks. Yeah, get out, walk. I'm gonna give you a neat shot of the old Ford plant, now known as the Craneway Pavilion, from across the channel here, and give you a little shot of the inlet to the channel for all the other businesses that have been here for decades now that utilize the channel. There's Channel Lumber, one of the big wholesale lumber suppliers to the Bay Area. I think they do more in-house sales than they actually sell to other outfits, but they have some large ships that come in through here. So that is the Craneway Pavilion over there through the chain link fence. We'll keep going. It's a lot easier to see it when I keep going. And that is the vast channel. This is where the ships come in and offload all the Scooby-Doos and Fords. This is where the employees park. As you can see, there's some mayhem and chaos going on around here at night with the, well, I'd say most of the newer muscle cars, most of which are owned by teenage boys and young 20s that can't drive worth a you-know-what and end up wrecking them. I always love to see that. They still have the new car sticker in the window, and they have a pair of aftermarket fenders attached to it and primer because, well, you know, when you're making payments. So I'm going to step over here into shade, dismount. It's a nice day today. I'm beating the heat. I've got my summer gear on here with the white long sleeve and the cover for my head. Nobody likes headburn. If you're a cyclist, you know what I'm saying. So, I'm going to get you a front view of this old building here. And like I said, as I've seen in videos, the actual roof of this building actually came off, and they actually had a crane that would actually lift in and cable in, hook down onto the big motors, and then bring them up, and then they would be brought over. There was a different configuration back then. There's a lot of history on this little area back here though, so go online, you can't miss it. Just type in the Victory ships and you will get a fascinating bunch of videos. A good picture of it right here. You can see it in its entirety. Let me get over there. There we go. So, Red Oak Victory, ladies and gentlemen. I believe it's literally, it's one of a handful left in the world. I know that there's a couple of Liberty ships. One Jeremiah Johnson, I believe, that's a Liberty. And then you got the Red Oak Victory, which is the Victory. They were slightly different in their configuration, but they're pretty much the same. They were built the same too, out here in famous Point Richmond. So, get out, get some exercise, feel good. It's that time of the year, folks. I'm not going to curse it, but hopefully there's no more rain, so you don't have an excuse. Peace.